for suffer the consequences. The wisdom of Elijah's inside of the conscientious. So I move with
An alternative economic structure in the simplest form would be a Japantown, a little Korea, a little Italy, a little Havana, which means where black folk would do exactly the same thing everyone else is doing. The reason we never had an economic structure in the country for black folk is for three reasons. One, we never had a national plan and a commitment to do it. Two, is that whites are boycotting black communities, and three, blacks are boycotting their own communities. And that's why you'll never see a white person get in his car, go down to a black neighborhood on a Saturday morning, get out and go into a black store and buy anything made by a black person. But neither will you see any Asians coming out of Chinatown, going into a black community, buying anything. Everybody supports their own structure except black folk. That's why out of 36 million black folk, after 400 years in this country, you do not have one single solitary black business district in the entire United States. That is naivete, it is insultive, and it's grossly offensive to black folk, because you're creating problems for yourselves by not belling up to the bar and accepting responsibility of amassing wealth and capital, creating economic basis, creating an entrepreneurial class, creating businesses, creating jobs that will hire your own people, creating money to take care of your own public services, your lights, your gas, your streets.
How do black people start doing all those things if 98% of the wealth is in the hands of the white power elite?
We started working that very simple. We start where we are. We are right now amassing for disposable purposes something like about $380 billion annually. We're about the 9th richest nation on earth. But unfortunately, that money is dissipated through our fingers.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, family. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. This is the Black Business Showcase. I'm the God Sincere Love, here with my lovely co-host, Nicey Girl in the building. What's going on with you, beloved?
What's up, family? Peace and blessings to everybody.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let me get my stuff straight over here. All right, cool. So, of course, we got another dynamic guest in the building tonight for you all. We're going to have a great conversation, some business game coming up for y'all. So let me let y'all know who we got coming to the set tonight. We have Miss Stephanie Rose, brand marketing and PR specialist. She is a senior brand specialist with a passion for business and building brands. Over the past 10 years, she has worked to develop an expertise in branding and marketing, as well as a network of relationships to benefit both her clients as well as herself. From grassroots activism to corporate branding, she has worked with many companies in various fields to develop powerful brands that resonate with her audience, or with their audience, sorry. And so, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you our guest for this evening, Miss Stephanie Rose. Welcome to the Black Business Showcase. How you doing tonight, beloved?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on your show today. Thank you. How y'all doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Thank you for being with us. Oh, man. Okay. So, yeah, let's get this thing started. We're not going to waste too much time. Let me just make sure I got everything pulled up over here so I don't be all over the place. But, yeah, I always like to start, from the beginning. We can get your origin story, how did everything begin for you with your entrepreneurial journey, and take us all the way back to the beginning. What made you decide that the corporate world wasn't for you, or working under somebody else and all of that stuff? What was the mindset behind it? Was there a particular event that took place in your life that set you on this journey? Take us all the way back to the beginning.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, I like to always start with my work history. I started working when I was 14 years old, and I was in the service industry. I was living in the second foster home throughout my entire lifetime. I lived in foster care from 7 months till I aged out at 16, started working at 14 years old, was pretty much up and off on my own by the time I was 17. I had a baby. And one of the things that I was really unaware of that benefited me was my communication skills. So I got right into corporate America, started working for Allstate Insurance Company, and went to school for business, and my career just flourished. I stayed in corporate America, and I wanted to do things outside of corporate America, more for my community, because I know what it's like to come from nothing and try to build something. And so I started interning for other small businesses, using my skills, my web development skills, different things that I could do to help, other small businesses. And I was working for Elite Media, which was ran by Tommy Smalls. He's a really good friend of Mike Epps. I'm from Indianapolis.
Okay.
And so that's where that internship was. And he was like, listen, I've taught you the game. I've taught you as much as I can. It's time for you to take it to the next level. And that's when Brandemonium was launched. I got right into, conceptualizing what people were passionate about doing. I wanted to start a cleaning company. I want to start a landscaping. People want to start a company up. Let's conceptualize that. Let's figure out how you want this to look, how to reach your customers, making sure your operations and everything was together. I was just really, really passionate about it. And it just came easy. I could do it, whether I got paid or not. Now I'm getting paid, but I was 24, and it was a learning journey. You got to learn, how to operate in the streets. You got to know how to operate in corporate America. You got to learn how to operate in this entrepreneurial journey as well, and building relationships. It kind of fast forwards me to where I am now. I'm currently residing in Smyrna, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, where I've been living for 7 years. When I first relocated to Atlanta, I was working for Bank of America, pretty much selling money during the day, just, to get myself established in this market. And within a year, my business had flourished. I can tell you that it really blew my mind when Deb Abney introduced me to her son, Waka Flocka. So that was like the most like, whoa, this is kind of really happening to me. Like, I would never think that would happen. And then he introduced me to his wife, Tammy Rivera, at that time in 2015. So while I'm working at the bank, I'm building relationships and networking in Atlanta in the industry, and have hosted an array of events, built all type of companies, from landscaping companies, court construction agencies. People are doing all kind of different things, and it's really good to have someone that's going to help you get started and get you up on your feet. And that's my lane, that's my purpose. And I'm so glad God gave me the opportunity to gain these skills and not use what happened to me to kind of slow me down. I found something that I was passionate about, and it was helping my people.
Yeah, you said some very key things there. Great story, great journey, by the way. But I think one of the key things that you touched on was that it came so natural to you, that you were operating within your purpose. Would you say that was definitely be one of the keys to, you becoming successful at, I would say, a rapid pace? It's not like it took a lifetime or anything for you to get where you at. So would you attribute that to being, one of the keys, operating within your purpose?
Absolutely. I really believe people, I believe that when people really come into alignment with who they are and what they love, there is a money revenue stream in that lane, right? So, if you're passionate about cleanliness, you may be in the good lane of running a housekeeping company. If you're really passionate about painting, you may, want to start a gallery or paint residential and commercial properties. There is a lane for you where you get to do what you love to do, and you can flourish in that. But first, I believe that it's about coming into truth of self and being real about who you are and where you fit best in, and walking in that pathway.
And so another thing that I heard you say was, at first you didn't even realize that you were good at communicating. So what brought you to that? What brought you to that self-realization of that, you were good at communicating ideas and things like that?
Well, growing up in the projects, when your name is Stephanie and you talk kind of proper, the last person people want to be around. Like, girl, who the hell, And they used to try to bully me because I talk proper, and I was just like, I'm not a white girl. I'm definitely melanated. But that was a hindrance for me socially growing up.
Okay.
But once I started developing my career, once I got into the workforce, I was said, you do really well in communication. You're a really good speaker, and you articulate well. You can communicate a thought thoroughly. you can explain something, you can teach people, you'll be good in this lane. And so I had no idea, I went from working at White Castle to Allstate Insurance Company just because, I took the time out to do a resume and go to some job fairs and stuff like that. So
Wow.
that's how it just kind of transitioned.
Wow.
So you knew you can communicate, but it was almost like someone spoke it into you in a way that you're like, well, wait a minute, can I? Well, let me start doing this a little bit more, and that kind of pushed you maybe to use
I'm
that as
intentional.
your yeah, and being intentional in that way.
Yeah, because again, my childhood was very, very different than most people's. I was pretty much an orphan my entire life. My mom died when I was 7. I was in the first foster home when she died, and I literally had to grow up experiencing life on my own and learning from each and every single decision I made until there were no adults responsible for my life. So I was like, okay, I can go down this path or I can go down this path. I can make this decision or make that decision. And I was a very quiet child. I would not open up my mouth. I didn't trust adults. I didn't, I couldn't really, I didn't communicate at all. So people thought I was mute, something was wrong with me. But when I started, like I said, once I get into the workforce, that's when, I heard something different. No, this is actually a good thing about you. You're actually really good at this, and my resume is covered with Fortune 500 companies, and people didn't even think I could talk, so, overcoming those little thoughts that, people will try to make you think that you're less than, but, you don't know, they don't know what God's plan is for your life and where he wants to take you. So he'll put people into your life to show you the truth about yourself, even though people have been lying about it, So trust yourself, believe into your capabilities. I had to believe, I'm like, I know I can, but I had to believe it. It's like, oh no, this is something that's going to benefit me my whole life. I could use my communication for bad. I can use it for good. My background is clean. I'm not about to compromise that, so it was really just, making good decisions so that I could be of service to my people. I had to be real strategic about the things that I did. I can't speak to my people about something that I don't know nothing about, or that I'm going to lead them to, a dark path or down the wrong direction. I can't have that, what I'm saying, on my name or my conscience.
And so
with a desire to, do something for your people, right? Because a lot of times people do things just for themselves because I'm gonna get the bag, right? I'm gonna get these nice things for me. Where did that come from? Where you're like, what I'm doing, I want to give back to my people. I want to make sure that my people also can come up. How can I, help them build what it is that they're trying to build? Where did that come from?
Because I felt everybody deserved that opportunity. The knowledge that I have don't just help me, it helps the person that I share it with. I can only hoard knowledge for so long. That's not what God intended for our talents to be. He didn't want our talents to be buried or hoarded. I have a responsibility and obligation to my people to share what I know. So how I look at it is that I need to share as much as I can. Now, as far as operational and services that I provide, that's where I get my blessing and my investment into my company. But I'm planting a seed into you when I consult with you and advise with you on a regular basis, because I know this is what you need. And you may not have it right now, or you may need some payment plans. I'm going to work with you. That's what we need to do. We need to be more understanding about where our people are. It's not easy to build a business. It's not easy to start a business when you don't have inheritance. We didn't come from inheritance. We didn't come from a long lineage of business owners and they just passed us a business and taught us the entrepreneurial lane. No, we're literally learning from scratch here. And so if I can help alleviate some of that stress of learning from scratch, that's the lane that I want to be in.
And so, what is the difference between marketing, branding, and like advertising? I think some people get those things mixed up a lot of times. And so
Very
since you,
different.
yeah,
Very different. So when we talk about, I like to start with the brand, the identity. When you conceptualize something that you want to do, it has its own identity. It has some of your DNA in it, but it is a whole new entity. So you got to look at it like it's a baby, like you conceptualize a baby. A baby is being born here, and you got to go through this incubator stage. That is your branding stage. That's you coming up with your name. That's you coming up with your logo. That's you coming up with, the message that you want people to know about you and your brand and what your brand provides and what it does and what industry it's in. You take care of all those things during that incubator stage. And when you birth it, that's the launch of your business. That means you're ready to open your doors. And the marketing is how you share the way that your doors are opening up. When you share when the doors are opening up and what people can expect on the day that the doors are opening up. That is the marketing aspect about it. We'll have some people who have some extraordinary concepts, some great businesses, but don't nobody know about it because you ain't did no marketing. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know where to find you. There's people that's looking for your business. They're looking for your products. They're looking for your services, and they can't find you because you don't have any marketing. You need to have some nice graphic designs, some good wording, a campaign, a digital marketing campaign is a series over time of different marketing things. So you may want to do, a social media blast, and then you may want to do some email marketing, and then you may want to do some text marketing. It's a combination of different things to reach as many people as possible. Branding, get in front of the people. Marketing, get in front of as many people as possible.
now you've been doing this for quite a while, before social media really got to where it's at now. So what would you say some of the major differences from, before social media got to this point, what I mean, with marketing and branding, well, with the branding and the advertising and the advantages that we have now with social media?
Right. So a lot of times, in our early 2000 era, it was still a lot of foot traffic. It was still a lot of billboarding. People were out more, and that's when they seen your marketing materials. You would, remember when people would put flyers on the car when you at the end of the night at the club, you knew whatever else was coming up. It was more foot traffic, back then, and actual, documents and paper and door hangers and different things like that. Moving into the era that we're in now, paper is not really the plug anymore. It's hard to reach people via paper. People are not walking up to you and handing you something. It's not really sanitary to do that anymore. So you got to think about creative ways, to reach people. And there's 1 billion people online. And I'm sure that there's 100,000 people that will be more than happy to support your business on a regular basis. It's all about strategy and what you share and who you share it with, and making sure who you share it with wants and needs what you have to share.
Right. Now, is there like a one size fits all, or does it depend on the type of business that somebody has, how you would advise them to go about their marketing campaign?
No, every business is completely unique. There is no cookie cutter method. Everybody's story is unique. So you can't use something from one industry to sell another industry. You can't, for example, you can't use, a lash boutique, to sell, alligator skin, shoes. These are two different industries. So the marketing has to look different. The modeling has to look different. Now you can have a multi-asset campaign where someone is selling their lashes and she's standing next to a model who got on some snakeskin shoes, but that's multi-brand marketing. You know what I mean? That's a different level. But when you just want to focus on building up your brand, you want to make sure that your marketing is, in alignment with the industry that you're in. So when you have a beauty business, cosmetic business, hair business, you want to make sure that it has a very nice feminine touch to it. You want to make sure that it's going to attract women who want to buy those type of products. And you have to put some, time and energy and investment into the branding and marketing of those type of businesses. So that applies to that. That's like law. That's a policy, a brand policy and marketing policy. You have to be carved out specifically for your industry and your market.
Right.
And that's where you come in.
And that's where I come. Exactly. I help you strategize and conceptualize. If you don't understand, like, I don't know where to start. I don't know, where to go or what to do first. That's what we talk about, where you are, what your budget is. And then we kind of go into coming up with the 90-day brand plan. So I come up with 90-day brand plans. This is what we can execute within a 90-day period of time. And so it will consist of some branding. It will consist of some marketing. It will consist of some PR.
Right. I'm sorry. I got a little bit thrown off by one of these comments here because I don't think.
I can't even see the comments, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's fine. It's fine. It was just off topic, and I was trying to see if it had anything to do with what we were talking about, but I don't know.
No.
So, transitioning from, from city to city, did that come easy to you because of the way that you were brought up? Not having so much attachments. You know what I'm saying? And being more fluid and just easy to say, okay, here's an opportunity. Let me go ahead and get that. Because some people, even being in the corporate world and having a certain amount of success in the corporate world, you didn't get comfortable and stay there. You know what I'm saying? You decided that you wanted to be your own boss and do your own thing and work in a capacity where you could impact your people. You know what I'm saying? So would you attribute that to, coming up under the foster care system and things like that?
I would say that that would come from my fearlessness of like believing in myself, my determination. I would say that, this is my second reload. My first reload was to Memphis, and I drove by myself 7 hours from Indianapolis to Memphis, and I moved there. I didn't know anybody. I just put myself out there, and I believed in myself. And I believed as long as I could get a good job, I could have a good foundation wherever I went. So I would definitely say that my professional career really shaped a lot of the decisions I made in my personal life, because my personal life was chaotic. And I was so different from everybody around me. Like people are watching me, just, evolve into somebody totally different, than what they expected me to be. But I just had tenacity, and I didn't want to give up. And you have to have some fearlessness inside of you. You can't I understand anxiety. I struggle with anxiety and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you have to be fearless and brave enough to step out on your purpose and know that what it is that's in your heart to do, that you're going to be able to do it because that is your purpose in life to do. So with leading with that at top of mind a lot is really how I got through a lot of tragedies in my life, is just believing like, stick toward the mark, keep your eyes on the prize, continue to grow and evolve, and teach and share and help and empower and inspire, and I live my life on that philosophy. I teach that to my son. My son is 21, he lives in Arizona. And I'm empty nested. He takes care of himself. He's self-sufficient. No babies, no criminal record, no guns, no gangs, no drugs. I taught him to stand on his own and don't be influenced by people who are not on the path that you are. And he just was a very confident young Black man. And as you know, they don't want Black men to be confident. They don't want them to know their power, and so I speak empowerment into my son daily. And all the moms out there, speak empowerment into your sons and daughters.
And dads.
Sons.
And dads. Yeah, I would like you to even, speak a little bit more about that and give us like some of the specifics that you would do with your son, because to me, that's very powerful and inspirational. You know what I'm saying? Being a young mom and still, going after your dreams and cultivating your son to become, a flourishing young man. That's very commendable and inspiring. So I would like to get some of the details on how that works. You know what I'm saying? Because that's definitely a struggle for a lot of us parents out here.
Yeah.
So for me, I was a teenage pregnancy, so I went right into my adulthood parenting. And so I didn't have parents.
Right,
So I had to
right.
spend 100% of my time on perfecting my parenting skills, which required co-parenting. Even though
Okay.
I may not see eye to eye, we may be, but what are we doing in the best interest of the child?
Say
And
that
that
one
was
more time, please. Say that one more time. Just one more again. I need to hear that one more again. The best
say it
interest of the
again.
child.
Oh, what is in the best interest of the child? Those are the top. That's the only question when you're making a decision about your kids, doing what's in the best interest of the child. Get out your feelings, get over the past, whatever. Everybody works together to make sure that the children are raised well and well balanced in a healthy environment, no matter how many environments, healthy environments.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And that's a whole nother show, but let's just
Oh
get
yeah, I totally parent. Listen, I was a teen parent. In my 20s, I was parenting.
Me
Everybody was
too.
having the college world, and I was in mom world, and so I'm like in my early 30s, going to high school, and I'm like, wow, I feel like I just left here. This is crazy.
wow. Yeah.
So, when you're raising kids, you got to make sure that you are the primary influence. There's going to be other influences,
Mhm.
but moms and dads, especially Black moms and Black dads, you are the source of influence. You're the primary source, and they have to have that understanding and listening and respectfulness to listen to your counsel and guidance. So sometimes you got to lay the law, but at the end of the day, it's what's in the best interest of the kids. That's another show
Right.
for another day.
Right. Right. For sure.
Well, you did it. You did it. And look, he's fearless too. He left the nest and moved to another state and he's flourishing, right? So you obviously taught him something well. He's not in the game. He's not on drugs. He's providing for himself. Mom did a great job. And
And I
dad
could see the
did a great
pride.
job.
I could see the pride. I could see you light up when
Mhm.
you speak about him. You know what I'm saying? And where he's at with
Right.
it. So
Yes,
kudos
Right.
I'm
to you.
excited about my son's future. Like my son did his first stand-up comedy when he was in the 5th grade. He got YouTube channels. Like
Aw.
he was like a really talented, me and his dad, we met in the creative arts and the performing arts world. And so his dad is in theater. He performs at the Black Ensemble Theater in Chicago. And so my son's lived in Chicago, Memphis, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Phoenix. He's become well-rounded. Now the next thing is let's get your passport. I called him today, but having him have different experiences and seeing different ways of life of our people, he was like, why would I want to be a part of that? You don't want to be, profiled or, having to, live, fight to live every day. No, you don't have to just barely survive. You can thrive. And so I'm really proud of him.
How has your
Absolutely.
business flourished or been hindered? I would imagine that it has flourished, but since COVID, with the whole pandemic and everything.
Oh, it was a roller coaster. At the top of 2020, I had a full agency. I had a full book. I had a full roster of clients. When March 2020 hit, when I'm working with startups and small businesses, everybody scurried.
Mm.
Everybody got nervous. People panicked, and that happened in the employee world and the entrepreneur world. People just didn't know what was going to happen, so they got tight until they got right. So when they got right, who did you call? I'm right on time.
Let's get it.
So, I had already, had packages and different things set up for people because I knew there was the funding coming in from small business funding coming to help, businesses recover from disasters and different things like that. Some people schemed and scammed. A lot of people did what they were supposed to do for their business. They got their marketing things together. They got their branding things together. They actually were able to buy more inventory and businesses flourished. Black businesses flourished.
Yeah.
They don't talk about it a lot in the media, but a lot of Black businesses are doing well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of our Black business owners said they are doing good, and most of them said that their businesses actually thrived during COVID. They actually They got more business because they had to figure out other creative ways, especially those that offer, merchandise or, food, whatever the case may be. They have to get more creative. And so with that new creativity, they were able to get more business during COVID. So they weren't impacted or affected in a negative way, which is great.
Right.
Yes,
Right. Coming
definitely.
across revenue streams that they didn't know, existed prior to COVID.
Mhm.
Just,
Demand
having
went up
to
in
figure
a lot
things
of
out.
industries.
Say it
Yeah,
again.
e-commerce, the demand went up on e-commerce by thousands percentage. It was astronomical. People that were in retail, you'd be surprised. Loungewear, people who had loungewear apparel lines did really well. You would think you're at home all day. You're not wearing your corporate attire. You don't, and you realize you only got one hoodie. I started a hoodie line. I started my hoodie line. I actually wanted to give y'all some apparel.
Let me see that. Let me see that merch. What you got?
I got empowered black men, empowered black woman,
Oh wow.
and empowered black man.
Okay. I was digging through your links and all that. I ain't even see that. How
Yeah,
can we
it's on my Instagram. So if you go to Juicy Genius and click on the bio, the link in the bio, mydrum.io, it has a link to my apparel line, Empower Black Apparel, which I started in 2020. And I wanted Black people to activate their greatness. And so that was the bottom line to this apparel line. So I got, empower Black business owners, empower Black educators. We are an empowered people. When we step into our greatness, we activate that greatness and get busy. We got stuff to do in 22, y'all.
Love it. And I'm definitely going to give me a hoodie. Definitely going to give me a hoodie.
Yeah, these are gifts. For bringing me up on y'all show. I just need y'all sizes, and I got some gifts for y'all.
Okay, cool. Appreciate that. I'll hit you up
So
in the
what
DM.
advice? We're gonna DM you. What are some great resources that have helped you along the way in your business journey?
The resources that I would definitely say SBA.gov definitely helped a lot. Having friends and colleagues that were in the law, that were in legal, a lot of my colleagues, they have, their own law firms, whether it's family law, criminal law, business law, trade, having, a nice network of people who are good in the legal aspect of things. Also accounting and taxation, making sure, your numbers are right. And then also making sure that your debts are secure, so that was the foundation of having my resources, creating my irs.gov account, making sure all of my tax IDs are in good standing, making sure all of my state registrations are in standing. That's really the bottom line of your business, is making sure your documents and your paperwork and your legalities are set in stone, squeaky clean, It's really, really important. A lot of times people will just create a logo and throw some stuff on the internet and they think, okay, I'm a business owner now. No.
Right.
You hustling. You're gonna have to do a little bit more than that, Luckily, most of the time you don't have to do it, or focus too much on it, maybe a few times out of your year. But I would recommend, especially around this time, is start going over your numbers. Make sure your profits and your losses and your expenses and everything is itemized, so that when you're ready to, send off your Schedule C and take care of your business taxations, everything is in order, making sure that you have your business account. I was, when I worked for Bank of America, they offered us 12 different accounts. Now, I wouldn't have all my accounts at the bank that I work at, but you definitely want to make sure you have multiple business accounts, multiple checking accounts. It don't have to have hundreds of thousands in all of them, but you need to have them established, especially if you're running a multi-brand enterprise, or if you want to start up more than one thing, and you just really, you don't want to have your business funding coming out of your personal checking. So just get organized with your business, get professional with your business. So get you a personal banker, someone that you know that knows you. Making sure your credit is in order. That's one of the first things that I made sure that was in order, because when I need money from the bank, I don't want to have to deal with no issues. I already got to deal with discrimination. You ain't finna
Right.
come to me about my credit.
Right.
I already did enough with y'all. So
Right.
Now, what type of team do you have in place? Because I know you're a valuable resource for other people's businesses. You part of other people's team, that they go to get all of their stuff together. But what kind of team do you have in place to help you, pull all of this together and work with all these different clients?
my team consists of multimedia specialists. And so a multimedia specialist is basically someone who does my graphic design, my videography, and photography. And there's a lot of people that are like that in Atlanta, especially college students. They are so skilled. I mean, it just, the brilliance is blowing my mind here. One person can do all of these things. But when I'm doing an events, I pretty much hire out, an agency or a firm who's going to, take care of the catering, run the front of house, back of house, set up the red carpeting, making sure the lights and stuff like that if I'm doing some type of a launch and I have to hire a large team. So I really just rely on a few virtual assistants to help with organizing sales and communications and different things like that. But a lot of this is pretty much on automation.
Okay. Now,
So
automation.
one more thing. Sorry, one more thing I want to interrupt. If you can find a CRM, a customer relationship management tool, I have a customer relationship management tool, and it helps you with your operations. It helps you with your scheduling. It helps you with your invoicing. It helps you keep your clients organized by their contact information, your appointments, etc. You need to have a central place that you can go for the operational aspect of your business. So that's something that I definitely want. If anybody's out there and they need something like that, I do have a tool resource that can help you with, getting your business structured.
Cool. Because that was actually my next question. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with automation and, just making sure you're able to collect everyone's data and be able to reach them with whatever you got going on, whether it's an event or some type of promotion that you're running. You know what I'm saying? Sending out email blasts, text blasts, and things of that nature. So this is your own technology that you have?
No, I didn't create that technology. I'm just kind of like a retailer of it. But what you basically do is you attach it. If you go to brandemonium.com and you go to you click on login to your client portal, you'll see the client portal, and typically you'll have your username and your password, and you log in and you see the backside of your relationship with Brandemonium. So that's pretty much how I have it set up. Everything is done from my website. My intake process, if you want to, inquire about services, you go to brandemonium.com, click on brand assessments, or schedule brand assessment. You'll be able to do that. Brand questionnaire, like if you click on brand questionnaire, this is okay, well, step it up, y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Skills. Yeah, so at the top where it says brand questionnaire, this is basically like the process of you just going.
Damn, that's the only thing that sucks.
Client portal, at the top where it says client portal, you'll be able to log into your profile, but you have to be an existing client to get into that feature from my website.
Okay.
And so you want to be able to house your clients and house your services and things somewhere real easily. And I built this website as well, just FYI.
Very concise and user friendly, and you know what I mean?
And some I designed this flyer as well. The radiator, that's my current package. Radiator is someone who exudes light, and be a light to the people around you, be a light in your industry, and that's what I want to do, is liven up and brighten up your brand. So that's where I came with that concept.
And what comes in that bundle?
It comes with a website, if you don't have one, your logo, and several flyers to launch and promote your new website design.
Right. Okay, cool.
The radiator.
What else we got?
I love that photo.
Yeah, that needs to be updated. I still say 2021. Don't blast me out. You can come off now on the front
All
page.
right, all right,
I'm gonna make some updates.
all right.
I've been focusing on crypto, y'all. Excuse me. I was supposed to take care of that before this. But listen, if you want to start accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment, that's really what I wanted to dive in on the second end of our interview. So you want to talk about
Let's
that?
talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because I seen at the top of the site it said ask about NFTs. Right at the top of the site it says ask about our NFT services. So yeah, let's get into some crypto talk.
Yes. So for the top trends of 2022 about marketing right now, if you are creative, this is your time to shine. If you are a creative, if you are someone who creates music, you design artwork, you are really good with 3D graphics, if you create your own music and your own scoring, this is a really good time for creatives because the NFT world is now allowing you to make hundreds of thousands of dollars just from selling and reselling and trading your NFTs, which is whatever creative asset that you make. So now, even if you're a photographer, let's say you're a photographer, you go take some pictures of New York and you go back and you open up your graphic design software and you manipulate this image to make it, beautiful and creative. That right there is an original concept. You own it. And the NFT, once you mint it to the blockchain, which is the third generation of the internet, which is what you guys hear Web3. Web3 just means the third generation of the internet. And so once you put your image on the third generation of the internet, it is not fungible. You cannot change it. It cannot be deleted. It cannot be manipulated. It cannot be stolen because anybody who tries to use that will have to pay you to use it. So some people will buy it voluntarily because they believe this is going to take off. This artwork is beautiful. I actually think it is going to make a big deal. I'm going to put $5,000 into this NFT because people can start investing into your artwork because they believe over time that it's going to increase in value. So if you have that type of business, let's say, for instance, I've minted my logos. I'm slowly but surely doing it. I'm really at the beginning stages of NFT development. I'm currently taking my courses right now to become a certified NFT developer, but I've already minted 4 images and 4 assets. Pictures, music, your logos, your designs, everything now is considered a digital asset. An asset, just like your home, could be the same in a digital world. You could draw your home, and now your home is a digital asset that's worth value.
Right.
So we really, I really want to stress that whether we want technology to evolve or not is happening. We have to be open up to learning new things. And I know technology can be a little, intimidating, but this is something that's going to really empower Black America economically because we can now protect our own creative artwork and get paid handsomely for what we create. There won't be a way for you to study and steal it. You can't manipulate it. You may be able to try to make an off-brand version, but the brand, which is you creating this artwork, increases in value when more and more people, get a hold of it. So start diving into, the NFT world, learning. First, you definitely want to learn where your industry or your business fits in. If you are not a creative, you need to get with some creatives. Find some people who can, draw really well, hand style. Really, it's down to graphic design and graphic illustration. And if you don't have that, that talent, that's fine. Partner with someone that does. Let's say, for instance, that you make really good music, but your music NFT isn't selling. You need to collaborate with someone who's really good with motion graphics and put it together. And you both, earn a living off of the NFT. A young lady took her pictures and posted them as an NFT, and she's made $22,000 just from turning pictures that she took in New York into NFTs.
And also, I would add to that, with the NFT comes a smart contract. And so you can offer incentives for people that want to buy your NFT or invest in your NFT. You can offer, you know, things like, you know, like you said, if you're doing music, it could be like a ticket to the show. It could be, you know, an exclusive song that nobody else has access to, or merch that comes with it. You know, incentivize people to purchase the NFT if you're just starting out and a lot of people don't really know you and your story is not really out there like that. There's things that you can create around the NFT to include in the smart contract that'll make it more valuable.
Exactly. The NFT is basically the legal contract and what terms and conditions that you put for that NFT. So whether you want to earn royalties off of it or you use the token as the ticket, the token itself can be the ticket. Yeah. In order for you to get into this event, you have to purchase this NFT, which is your ticket to the event. Right. And that's how your NFTs will increase in value over time. And they're timestamped to represent something. Maybe it's a concert or a poetry slam or something in time that's timestamped just for that.
Shout out to Peter Ogun. Stay tuned with us, Peter Ogun. We got a few crypto and metaverse experts on deck that's going to be coming on, breaking the game down. So make sure, you know, you stay tapped in with us as well. You know, help you out with that learning curve, brother.
Yeah, it's really important to get around people in the community because it's been going on, you know, in the NFT world is still really new. But the blockchain, which is the third generation of the internet, was born in 2009. So we're 13 years into this thing. And it's time for us to get on board.
Right. And as a community, you know, we always stress the fact that we need to be ahead of the curve when it comes to things, because we've been left behind for so long and marginalized for so long. We have to be ahead of the curve and see what's coming down the pipe, you know. And like she said, not being afraid of the technology, not being intimidated to learn something new. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm seeing that a lot with some of the established artists. Instead of them actually learning the space and getting an understanding of how these things work, they're kind of just hiring out agencies to do this thing for them. And it's like, you know, you basically selling yourself to another slave master. You're leaving one plantation for the next. You know what I'm saying? When you could be doing this stuff yourself, cutting out all of the middlemen and going directly to the consumer, building your community.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Community you already have. If you're already an established brand, you already have your community. Why would you put your assets in the hands of someone else to create on your behalf? You don't have to. Don't be lazy. Okay, this is a thing that have to do with being lazy now. You don't have that. You can't be lazy now. You can't have the wealth to develop the campaign and pay the gas fees and all these things, and then turn over your assets for someone else to handle and manage and make money off of you. So, you know, it's almost one of those situations like you think the more you know, the better you will be. But no, some people they're so intimidated about it. They just throw their hands up and let somebody else handle it. And this is not something, your investments, your assets, that's not something you just want to just throw off to somebody to do.
Right. This is your intellectual property. We're talking generational wealth here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I don't mint anyone's NFTs. I literally walk you through the process of minting your own NFTs, creating up your smart wallet, your digital wallet. You know, we have a wallet in real life, right? Everybody has a real life wallet. Right now, you have a wallet on your iPhone if you have one, and it has your Apple card and your other debit cards and things like that. You're going to have a wallet specifically for cryptocurrency and NFTs. I have NFTs and crypto in my wallet. These are assets, digital assets. One is a currency used for trade and exchange. The other is not a currency, it's just used for exchange and increases in value over time.
And now you said if people are interested in being able to accept crypto as payments with their business, what you got for them as far as that?
You have to have a wallet in order, a crypto wallet in order to be able to accept and send payments in crypto. It was real for me in 2019. I wanted to pick this Bitcoin miner's brain. It's like, hey, let me take you to lunch. I want to pick your brain. I want to know some things. And so I took him out to lunch and he broke down the whole hardware aspect as it pertains to mining Bitcoin. You know, I paid for the lunch and I asked him if he could take care of the tip. He was like, I don't carry cash, you know, but I'll send you some Bitcoin. So he transferred me the tip in Bitcoin, and that's when it registered that there's other forms of currency that I can use. And I left that Bitcoin in that account, and it just grew and grew and grew. from the amount that he get. I never took it out, you know, and that was 2019. So look at the price now. So I just, hey.
Well, this is a beautiful conversation. I think we all need a Stephanie on our teams. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole the mindset, the ambition, and the expertise, you know, that she's bringing to the table. Thank you for being with us tonight, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I don't know how many people is watching this or when they'll see this video, but I just want to let everybody know, including my gracious host, you know, we are a very powerful, brilliant, resilient people. And when we tap into that, at its fullest capacity, there is nothing that we cannot achieve. You know, I believe Whitney Houston when she said that we was the future. I was literally a foster home, like she said, I'm the future. So, you know, hey. And I believe that, you know, and that grew up with me. Those moments in time, you know, I looked at the positive and applied the positive. You know, there's a lot of things happening, and we just got to look at life and the best outcomes. I'm an optimist, you know, so I'm going to look at life in the best aspects. Like the worst has happened to me, you know, I've been through hell and back. Okay, now let's go ahead and go down the right path now. You know, you deserve it to have the life you want. It's okay. You can have an awesome life. You deserve it. We don't have to struggle our whole life. No.
That's where the radiator comes on. Now I see the light and I want to stay in it. Right.
Yes, sister. Yes. I'm so glad to be on y'all's show. If you guys have any more questions or anything else, just throw it at me. I'm an open book tonight.
Thank you again for being with us. You guys that are watching, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share this out on your social media platforms. Same thing if you're watching us on a replay, you know, do the same thing as well. Stay tapped in with us. We do this each and every Wednesday and Thursday, bring different business owners on to drop game about their industry. And so now we're going to be broadcasting live on Twitter as well as YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So make sure that you are following me. I'm at Sincere Love to God on all social media platforms. My co-host is at Nicely Girl with the #1 on Instagram and without the #1 on all other platforms. So make sure that you're following her as well. Stephanie, let people know where they can find you and how they can support everything that you got going on as well. And then we got 2 more questions for you before we let you go.
Sure. You can follow me on all social media at Juicy Genius. I like to start with my Instagram, and then clicking on the link in my bio will lead you to links to all of my brands, blacknewsdaily.com and Power Black Apparel. If you want to schedule a brand chat or brand assessment, if you're ready to start your business, or if you just need some consultation, you can do all of that from brandemonium.com. You can join the Discord for One Crypto Union, which is my fintech solution. And I really want a lot of people to take the educational aspect to crypto, and that's where I'm starting is educating. I'm also on Twitter. I'm on Clubhouse. My handle is the same. Everything is Juicy Genius, and I look forward to connecting with you all.
Juicy. That's why I chose that song for the flyer, by the way.
Yes, honey. Y'all should have seen me like, he playing my song.
For real.
That's good marketing right there, because you know, hey.
Yes, indeed.
Everything.
Yes, indeed. And by the way, rest in power to our brother Mtume.
Right.
You know, he recently transitioned as well.
Rest in power. All right, gone to the ancestors. We need them. That ancestral realm is real, y'all. So when y'all grandmamas and y'all people trying to reach y'all let them come through now.
Don't be scared. I used to be scared of that. I used to be so scared of that. I used to be like, you know, what if someone comes to visit me? You know, when you're close to someone, I was always scared of that. And my uncle transitioned, my favorite uncle transitioned, and he actually did come. And when he did, it wasn't spooky at all. You know, it was in my, I don't know if I was dreaming or not, but he did. It was so real. But when he came, the confirmation and the comfort and the security I felt after that, I was like, I ain't scared no more. I love this.
It was natural. It was a
Mm-hmm.
form of nature, a metaphysical nature, because
Yeah.
that realm is real and they can reach us in the subconscious levels of our minds. I didn't have it. My first ancestral experience was when my mom came to see me, and she had it looked like she had aged through life, how she would look now, And I was in my feelings, so don't do what I do. I popped out. How you don't leave? I said, I was all in my feelings. I wouldn't even do it, y'all. But I when I came to the physical realm, I wake up. I mean, I have to heal and be accepting because I want my ancestors to reach me. I don't care how far back you are. Come through
Mm-hmm.
and pull up. I
Mm-hmm.
want to invite that. Because you don't
Yeah.
know what they're trying to teach you. They're trying to show you. We have to really, be aware of our whole consciousness, all of it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. So again, we definitely got to figure out how to get you back on the show, man, because I know there's so much more gems that we could pull out of
Yeah.
you here. But
Yes, whenever Black History Month's coming, I don't know how y'all want to do it, what y'all got planned for March Madness, honey, April, spring, showers, June, May. Hey, however y'all want to implement, me through all the holidays,
Yeah.
we'll be in
the
touch. We'll be in
season,
touch for sure. We'll definitely be in touch.
whatever works for y'all. I'll be more than happy to come back on your platform.
Shout out to Mama Love
Great.
in the building.
Hey, Mama
But
Love.
yeah,
I love
So
you.
my parting question for you tonight, we have two. We have two, so I'm going to start with mine. What does freedom mean to Juicy Genius?
What does freedom mean to Juicy Genius? My
Or
freedom means to me
Stephanie?
is Stephanie Rose, Juicy Genius. Freedom to me is access to my happiness, access to my my how as far as I can possibly go. Freedom is being myself in totality, and everywhere that I could possibly be, anything that I could possibly do is being truly who I am. That is the freedom. Freedom is being able to live my life according to the vision that God gave to me, and that is empowering my people and living in paradise and not in a state of sadness and brokenheartedness. Freedom is purity, is righteousness. For me, that's a pack full. That was a heavy question.
mm,
I
yes,
felt
indeed.
that. Felt
Yes,
that.
indeed. That was an impactful answer that you gave. So thank you for that.
Right, right. Thank you.
And this is the part
Now,
where I got to put you on the spot real quick.
Oh no.
And
always.
listen,
Everybody does
listen,
that.
I gotta do it. This is our signature ending, right?
Okay.
You got the microphone, you have the bullhorn. The entire Black community is listening. We all can hear what it is that you have to say. What parting words would you like to leave us with tonight?
Hey, be empowered, live in your light and truth, show love to each and every single person around you, strangers, people that and do anything that you set your mind to. Take care of your health psychologically, mentally, physically. Repair the relationships that you still have while you got them, and restore relationships, restore the love that you have for yourself if you lost it, increase the love that you have for yourself if you haven't, and empower anyone that you come across. That's my
Mm, great, beautiful, beautiful,
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank y'all
indeed.
so much. This was
Absolutely.
fun. Thank
This is a
you.
good build.
Absolutely. Good, good, good. Glad you enjoyed our company. We're doing our best here to try to, highlight Black businesses and let people be aware of, what we got going on out here, man. There's a lot of Black people doing excellent things out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's this preconceived notion that, if there's a Black business, it's somehow janky. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's subpar somehow, whatever. But we've been highlighting some excellent people in all different fields, and we were definitely
Yeah.
glad to have you on, to drop the game that you gave us tonight. So thank you again for being with
You're
us.
welcome, and congratulations. Your platform is professional, well organized from the scheduling to the broadcast. You guys listening to this, support Black media, support your grassroots Black media, share, like, every single episode, contribute. I will be contributing. I just want to do my part to empower your platform. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. Again, hit the like, share, subscribe. If you're watching this on the replay, same thing. And we will see you guys tomorrow at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. We got our brother Jared Ross coming on, speaking of crypto. You know what I'm saying? We got a brother that's going to be coming on, dropping all the game about what's it called? The third
Web3.
internet, Web3. Yeah, all the Web3 game, the metaverse game,
blockchain and Web3. Y'all get your pencils and your pens.
Exactly. Have your questions ready. You guys can ask whatever questions that we don't think to ask, and just put it in the chat, and we'll try to get as much information for y'all as possible. And so, again, like I always tell y'all, we are not the master teachers. We are only the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Take it away, Nicey girl.
All right, and thank you again, Juice Genius, for tapping in with us tonight. We really appreciate you. This was a great build. Love you for everything that you're doing, and I definitely learned something tonight from you. Thank you. Likewise. Thank you for letting us all in your Black business tonight. And again, everyone, tap in with us tomorrow as we dive into the crypto world with our brother Jared Ross. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and good night.
Peace.
Do for self or suffer the consequences. The wisdom of Elijah's inside.